Oh, you're so helpful. One of this guy's goats was loose, dove on top of it and fell and cracked my elbow, and it really pecking hurts. Come back! Come back! Happy Thanksgiving. I'm just bringing my milk out to my bottle kids here. My husband went hunting this morning for a few hours. I don't think he saw anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead, give milk, get chores done. It's our goal to get more metal on the shed today. So he's got to work on getting the rest of the roof metal screwed down, but it is supposed to get windier today, so I'm not sure. Once it gets to the point that you can't handle the metal, it's just not worth getting hurt over it. So you wouldn't believe how quick the wind catches that metal, can conk you in the head. It's not worth it. So we'll see how far we get on that. So they're drinking good. So last night when I came to feed him, this one was really hungry and this one was not at all. I couldn't get him on the bucket at all, and I thought, are you getting sick? What's the deal? I took his temperature, nothing. He seemed fine. He was jumping around. He was just not hungry, and I thought, well, that is so strange. I saw that kid trying to nurse off of another doe. I think he wasn't hungry because he's trying to steal off of other does. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get them locked in here separate so that they can't steal off of other does anymore. It's supposed to be down to like 8 degrees a couple nights this week, and we're only seeing daytime highs of like 20 from here on out. I do actually have some shelters. They have big holes cut in them. Maybe I'll just grab another one of those shelters and throw it in here. Because they do, once they pile together, those shelters do contain some of the heat. I've got another tote in here now. So there's 2 of them. They just don't all fit in one. You can only fit like 20 max. You would be surprised how truly warm it gets in there with just a handful of kids in there. Then I've got these guys cordoned off in this corner. I'm gonna get them a little more bedding. I think I'm gonna make a little hay feeder, but I think I'm gonna go in the greenhouse to do it. It has dropped probably 10-15 degrees since I came out this morning, and the sun went away and the wind has picked up, so it is like really cold, and my husband is just trying to finish up getting the rest of those screws on the roof, and then we're not gonna worry about putting any metal on the side today. It's just gonna be too cold. drop hay in there and go install it. Oh, you're so helpful. Yeah. Are you helping? So I pulled a little out for him to get started. So once they start pulling, more will pull through and they can access it. At this point, it's really not contributing a lot in the way of nutritional benefit, but it's for them to learn to start nibbling on it. They can't quite reach the feeder, so, well, see, like, she's climbing up in there. I would prefer them not have to climb in there because otherwise they piss and crap in it. So, oh look, they're all catching on real quick. I've got 3 of them already. And it's been 30 seconds. Okay, I think it's like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna check in with Robert and see how he's coming along. And I think I'm gonna go in and see what I can scrounge up for Thanksgiving dinner. I do have a goat, like a front shoulder leg thawed out, so I think that's going to be our meat, and I have no plans for anything else so far. So we'll see what I can do. We've only got about 2.5 hours left of daylight here, and it's getting pretty cold and windy, so I think as soon as he gets that roof finished, he's gonna call her quits. He did go out hunting a little bit this morning, so I don't know if he wanted to do that yet this afternoon or not, or if he's done. Good morning. It is so cold. I'm just not used to these super chilly mornings. So it is the day after Thanksgiving here. My husband did end up going hunting last night for an hour before it closed, and like 8 minutes before closing I heard a shot that was pretty close and it sounded like a rifle. I was like, crap, I was really not hoping to deal with a deer. So it was him. So he came back. I like stuck my head out the door. I'm like, was that you? He's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, all right. So he grabbed his stuff and went back out to find it and drag it out. And he was trying to describe to me like where it was and how to get out there. And I'm thinking like, I've never been in that part of the woods and I have no idea what you're talking about. And the terrain in there is really like up and down. There's like cliffs and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna find you in the dark. So I put Badger's dog collar in his backpack. I'm like, there. Then if you need me to come out and help you, I at least know right where you are because I have your GPS location. So, so here it is. It's just a doe. It's a decent sized doe. I work a lot for a retired person, don't I? But I work my, like kind of my 1 day a week today. And normally I try to keep it around 7 hours. And today I think I have like 9. So I'm not gonna have time to deal with it by the time I get home tonight. So it'll probably be tomorrow. Only the girls are coming tomorrow to help me butcher rabbits. Tomorrow I have to bring those bucks to the auction barn. And then we're gonna butcher rabbits in the afternoon. So I don't know. I really didn't have time for it this week. Nobody asked me if I wanted deer this year. Yes, I want the meat, but like, I don't want to have to do the work. Good morning. I'm on my way to the sale barn with that small group of bucklings. And then I had a doeling that I didn't want to keep. She's small and she's had a joint infection before, and she's had 2 and I've cleared them up, and now I don't want to deal with it. I don't want her in my herd. So she's going also. So I would have had 6 bucklings but I ended up selling that little dapple guy that was born this last summer. He is so super friendly, and he was a little smaller than the rest of these guys, so I wasn't gonna quite get the price that I would want to for him, because he's a little under that weight threshold. And another local farmer here, he had messaged me like a month ago, and I don't know, through an odd set of circumstances and some cocktails, he ended up with a pet goat. And so he wanted another pet goat to be friends with it. So I said, you know what? I got the perfect one for you. This little guy is super friendly, and I think you'll like him. So I ended up just selling him the other day. I said, listen, I'm bringing him to the sale barn on the 30th. So if you want him, you gotta come this week, because they ain't holding him. I didn't want to be stuck with him if he changed his mind. So I only have 5, and then that one doeling. My husband is working all day today. It's really too cold and windy to do anything on the shed today. It's just the wind the last like 3 days has been horrible. So, I mean, he really should probably not have been up on that roof putting thousands of screws in by himself the other day, but it needed to get done. We're still waiting for our special order metal for the sides. We're gonna reuse some old stuff like along the back where you can't see it, and then we'll repaint it next summer to match. But he ordered red metal to match our barn to go on the sides of it, just so like everything you see kind of looks the same. I'm gonna go ahead and get the cattle in there. I just need them to get them in where there's a windbreak, and that black wall is gonna provide a lot of windbreak for them, and I can get a stock bale in there and they can nestle down in it. I will give them the option to go in the pasture if they want, but I'm gonna open it up so that they do have access to that barn. That's what I'm probably gonna work on today. Oh, I gotta call my husband and tell him to leave a masonry bit for me. He leaves with most of his tools every day, depending on what kind of job they're doing. So a lot of times I just don't have stuff at home that I need. I have my drill along with me because I need it to open the back. So I'll just have him leave me a bit. And then the girls are coming over to butcher rabbits today. That's still the plan as far as I know. It's really freaking cold. We've got that deer hanging in there, so it's like really in the way. So maybe we'll have to hoist that and move it over, because I think we're gonna have to process rabbits in there. I think it's just gonna be cold to do it out in the open where there's more room. Well, I was just coming around the corner there when I drove in. One of this guy's goats was loose, and luckily they got some hay there that was here from the hay sale, and we got it behind some of the bales, and it was an older gentleman, and I could tell he wasn't going to move up fast enough to catch it. So I kind of went around the other side of him, waited for it to run past him, and then kind of dove on top of it. And I got her right by the ankle and, you know, fell and cracked my elbow, and that really peckin' hurts. So I hope I didn't do too much damage. But so now I'm waiting in line. There's not too many, but I think I'll probably be waiting 15 minutes to unload here. There were a lot of 20-foot trailers there with like 6 40-pound kids in it. This just seems so much more efficient. Yeah, not everybody wants to drive around with a little goat box in the back of their car, but I don't know, it cost me a few dollars in gas to get there, and didn't have to back up a trailer, and I easily fit 6 in there. Could have fit another 6 if I wanted to. What? What did I miss?
And Connor said that looked so satisfying as you were chopping off the ears on camera. Get it together. She has a vlog now. We have to make appearances.